Yo, what's going on, guys? Iron Kane here. We're going to be talking about the new balance adjustment coming to Dragon Ball The Breakers. So basically, they're changing up how they're handling the updates basically for the game since the beta. And this is the report of how the win ratios have changed since launch for the Raiders and the Survivors. So this is the Survivor win rate right here. So the yellow is Survivor victory by activating the Super Time Machine. That is the highest percentage rate, it looks like. Survivors being the Raider actually increased a lot by 2 weeks. And escaping by the Time Machine decreased slightly. But yeah, overall, the Super Time Machine is how the Survivors have been winning in most cases in the Breakers. Now, for the Raiders, they've just been winning. I mean, it makes sense. The Raiders should have a higher win percentage rate than the Survivors just because it's inherently going to be harder for the Survivors to win just because that requires coordination, it requires teamwork, it requires getting the Dragon Balls and all that type of stuff. But the Raiders, obviously, they can be really OP if you get high evolution. So basically, this update is going to be coming tomorrow on the 11th or today, depending on when this video goes live. And this is basically the big adjustments that they're making to the game. They're going to be raising the evolution speed of Cell. Now, if you look at all the Raiders, I kind of see Cell as the easy Raider, the beginning Raider. Frieza as like a middle ground, and then Boo is the hard Raider. Like, Frieza is very good at downing Survivors. He has quick range. Where Boo, he can be very, very good. He's kind of like the tactical Raider. Where like once you get his level 4, you absorb everybody and you can just like take down everybody there. But Frieza, it's kind of just harder to find Survivors all around just because you only have Zarbon Dodoria. But anyways, moving on. They're increasing Cell's rate of evolution. So basically, they want to increase the speed because it wasn't where they'd liked it to be. They're lowering Majin Buu's level 1 evolution parameters. So my understanding of what this means is that they're going to allow Buu to get his level 2 faster, is what I gather from this. And this is reducing the chances of the Survivor team being defeated early in match. Basically, we'll see what this means later, but they have it down here as well. So this is exactly what they're doing with Cell. They're buffing the passive skill Life Absorption. If you don't know what this does, this basically means whenever you absorb a civilian, you can upgrade a passive ability where you get more evolution power from absorbing a civilian. So this will give you a little more kickback for that. Auto Evolve, pretty self-explanatory. When you're the Larva Cell, you evolve automatically, and they're just going to increase the rate of that. All right. And then the last thing in accordance with the above, just the gauge mode. It's evolve as well. Got it. So yeah, overall, just increasing the rate at which Cell level up. For Buu, very quick here. Lower Ki Blast speed, hit detection width, attack range, and damage. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is actually a nerf. I thought the parameters meant like they were increasing the rate at which he leveled up. But they're actually nerfing the homie Spopey. They're nerfing Spopovich. So now his Ki Blast speed is going to be decreased. His hit detection, so basically his range, I believe, is going to be decreased. Yeah, his range, attack range, and damage is going to be decreased overall. So wow. I thought Spopovich was pretty bad, so the fact that they're nerfing him even more is kind of questionable, but we'll see how that plays out. And this is the biggie for Survivors. Well, this is even bigger down here, but we'll get to this. Adjustments to reduce the chances of the Survivor team being defeated early in the match. So basically, they're reducing the damage taking for level 1 and level 2. So they're increasing your survivability for your level 1 and level 2 Dragon Change. This is good. Since the game released, in the beta, the Dragon Changes were a lot more powerful. They're definitely not as strong as they were in the beta in the last minute trial. So the fact that they're increasing the amount of damage that Survivors can withstand for the level 1 and level 2, I think is fair. I think that's totally fine. No adjustments to level 3, surprisingly. And also, this skill is very, very good. The Barrier Auto Recovery. I actually have this equipped myself. Basically, if you don't have one of those Auto Barrier Recovery thingies, the little blue containers, you can't heal yourself. But if you have this equipped, you'll get healed when you're not in a fight for a certain amount of time. And they're increasing the rate of which you'll be healed. So just more reason to equip that skill. And this is the last stuff. And they threw this all the way at the bottom. And I think this is really, really big. So the hardcore breakers people know that the single wheel motorbike is probably one of the strongest active skills for survivors. Basically, it's Bulma's bike, where you just use it and you have this turbocharge and you just zoom, bro. You just zoom, you fly, and unless the Raider has a lock-on ability where they can hit you with it, they have no way of catching you with this. Like, you get out of dodge so quick. So the fact that they're increasing the cooldown on this, I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. There have been times where I was playing Raider, people pop this ability, and I would never see them again, bro. Now, this is the nerf that I am a little concerned about. The grappling device, I think, is probably the second strongest survivor active skill in the game, second to the single wheel motorbike. The grappling device, we all know what the grappling device is. It equips by default. Basically, it's a grappling hook. It's very quick, it's very snappy, and you can get out of an area very quickly and avoid the Raider. They're going to increase the cooldown time. They did not specify, but the cooldown time for the grappling device is already 60 seconds. So, honestly, the fact that they're making it more than a minute is kind of making me lean towards experimenting with other active skills, just because, personally, I think if an active skill is any more than 60 seconds, it's probably not worth it, just because you're going to be running into the Raider, like, you know, every few minutes, and especially in endgame. So the fact they're increasing the cooldown on this is, I don't know, bro. We'll see how much. Hopefully it's only like 10 to 15 seconds, but we'll see. Now, this, I think, is well-deserved. The Saiyan power mode is awful. It is awful because its cooldown is 3 minutes long. It's absurd. It has no reason being that long, dude. Like, of course, it's a very good item. Like, if you pop it, it lands, you get out of dodge for free, but it can be destroyed, right? So it's not like the perfect escapability, but for it to be on a cooldown for 3 minutes is absurd. But yeah, this is basically everything that's changing to the game in the next update. It doesn't look like any additional content is coming, unfortunately, unless they just didn't mention that here. But these are the nerfs and the buffs that are coming to the game. What do you guys think? Are you upset? Are you happy with these adjustments? Personally, the only one I'm really upset with is the cooldown increase for the grappling device. And I'm not too sure about them nerfing Spopovich. I didn't really think Spopovich was that strong. And I see a lot of Raider players not knowing what they're doing with Spopovich and getting annihilated. So we'll see what happens. I like the buffs for Cell. I think that's totally fine. Cell's not the strongest Raider in my opinion. I think he's probably one of the weaker ones until he gets his level 4. So I don't think it'll matter all that much. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if you agree with my opinions on this patch that is coming. And with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. For more Breakers content, make sure to sub to the Iron Cane. Peace.